think makes Tamara Drew so irresistible to all the men she encounters?
Well, if you take Tamara Drew out of it and you just look at Gemma Arterton, I think your question is answered there and there and then. She epitomizes just an English rose in her prime. You know, she's beautiful, she's elegant, she's feisty, and she uses all of those assets in the role of Tamara Drew, and so she's a magnet. She's a man magnet.
But the character of Tamara Drew existed as a graphic character even before Gemma came into the picture. So what do you think makes the character, the fictional character, so attractive?
What does make her so?
I mean, I think to my character, from my perspective as Andy Cobb, I think I see somebody who's grown into a beautiful woman with a much smaller nose, who's got a fantastic career, who's driven, who's full of life, and my character doesn't have that same spark, and I think she ignites it back into his life. So that's what draws me to Tamara Drew.
And what draws your character? What draws Ben to Tamara Drew? Ben is from London. He can get any girl.
Why does he? I think he just wants nice bit of arm candy for himself. But I think she's probably She doesn't. I imagine that she doesn't put up with his rubbish much, and yet he's probably quite attracted to the fact that she has her own career and is inspired by her own things, rather than someone who. I imagine he has a myriad of really stupid women that he normally goes. Yeah, roadies.
Groupies or roadies? Groupies.
Yeah, that he beds on a weekly basis, but she's something quite special. Yeah. So he likes
his little Ben Sargents running around all over.
They're everywhere.
All over.
Yeah, Ben
UK.
Sargent. Did you base this figure on some real life musicians?
Some various ones that I can't mention, just in case it offends them too much. No, it's my experience of guys in bands that I know and musicians who sometimes can be quite self-indulgent and think that they're the centre of the universe.
Well, you mentioned Tamara Drew as a beautiful girl with much smaller nose. So does the size matter in this case?
Of a nose?
Yeah.
Not to Andy. He loved her nose.
No, you didn't.
He does,
because
at the end
she got the new nose.
No, I liked it when she had the new nose. I was just saying it because I think it's quite funny that her nose is extremely much smaller. You know,
it was a shockingly big nose, though.
It was enormous. I remember having to try and we had to kiss with this big nose when we were teenagers, you know, in the shed, and it was just. She couldn't even look at me for the morning when she put it on because she felt so uncomfortable with it. And we finally just thought, right, we just got to go for this because but it was a big old hooter and it was very
amazing how it changes the face, the nose.
Amazing, yeah.
But, we were always told that we shouldn't fall for appearances. We should look for the inner beauty.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Okay.
What did you say? What did he say?
I just wanted to hear your opinion. It's like what we are taught in school.
Of course we do. That's our immediate, I suppose, attraction to someone, isn't it? We are quite shallow like that, people. I mean, of course, it doesn't last.
Shallow. We're all shallow. Yeah, I think it's.
Well, that's what we are. We respond to, to beauty as humans. That's what we do. We like beautiful things. We like beautiful objects.
Okay, but why of your characters? Tamara is surrounded by two good-looking guys. Why do you think she chose Andy, your character?
Andy.
Not Andy. Yeah, Andy. Not Ben.
Well, she has her fun with Ben while she's still trying to discover who she is. I think she's thrown into that predicament of him proposing to her, and she goes through this whole sort of upheaval in her life, and then she goes through hell halfway through the film, doesn't she? I mean, she's really messed up. She starts going sleeping with Nicholas, and I think she gets completely lost and confused, and then she finally sees this person that's been there the whole time, who's left these signs. You know, he created this beautiful house for her to inhabit, and all of these other things, and she realizes that that's the guy. I guess I'm a.
Won't last. She'll get so bored.
He's a slow burner, is our Andy, and he'll treat her well.
Well, you worked on this film with Stephen Frears, which is a great director, and I think he's one of the directors who's very good with actors. So how did he work with you? How did he get these performances out of you?
With a stick.
hot stick. No, he was delightful to be around on set and very allowed you really to get on with it. He knew, you know, he'd cast us for a certain reason. He knew we'd inhabit the roles, and then he let us sort of run away with them. And they were terribly fun because they're so multi-layered and so colourful and rich. You can kind of just do what you like with them, and then he'll pull you back if need be. And he'd occasionally whisper something in your ear if you're going the wrong way, something incoherent and
and you'd wonder why he said it, and then you'd start to do the scene, and you'd realise it all fitted
made
into place,
sense.
and you'd go, of course. He's very selective and a man of few words, but when he does say something, he has a reason for saying it, and it's a great place to be on set with Stephen Frears when he's in his element doing his thing. It's really great.
Okay, thank you very much. You made so many different films, different styles in your career. Now you decided to make a film based on a graphic novel. Why, and what attracted you?
Because I read it, and it was the most fresh thing I'd read for a long time. It made me laugh. It was very sexy, and very fresh. Easy.
Graphic novel is a kind of a storyboard. Did you use it a lot in the film?
No, but I was aware of it, and I think the drawings in the book are absolutely beautiful. So the whole time you kept thinking, well, look, she did it like that, and it was very, very good. I don't know that I can do it any better.
Well, this graphic novel is based around the central female character, and every reader would have his or her own image, and there's a character drawn in the novel. So it was quite a challenge to find an actress.
Yes, but then I did.
Yeah, but what was your criteria?
Well, in a way, because there was such a clear image of her, you kind of knew what you were looking for because she worked on the page. The drawings were so beautiful, and the characterization was so precise in the drawing. You know, I knew you had to have a girl who was gorgeous.
And so Gemma Arthur came into the picture. The film is obviously comedy, and people are laughing a lot.
Yes.
It's also very intelligent comedy, so it's very hard to find a balance between intelligent and comedy because not often it's kind of. So how did you find
Well, that's the job, isn't it? That's what you have to find, is that balance. That's what's difficult. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, but how did you
Well, I don't know how I did it. I know that I had to do it. And judging from what you're saying, I got it right. That was just what the job was. How do I do this, make it funny, and retain the intelligence? Well, you were already starting off because the artist, the original artist, is very funny and very intelligent.
Well, there is something special about this English or British humor, which made this whole concept very famous in the world. So, what exactly makes English humor so special?
I remember when I realized some years ago that what people really liked about British films were Alec Guinness and Peter Sellers. They liked that sort of lunacy, that sort of eccentricity, that dottiness that English actors have.
Well,
That's what people really like about England. We're so peculiar.
Yeah, but it's a very kind of verbal humor. It's like you
Yes.
have to play with words a lot, which makes actually the film a very hard challenge for any translator.
Yes, no, I can see that.
Well, the film is set in the English countryside, which is extremely bucolic. So it's like really so created. For the
Well,
film.
the weather, we were very lucky with the weather. The weather isn't often that nice. But, you knew that it had to have that bucolic quality.
Well, Tamara Drew, both in the graphic novels and in your film, is absolutely irresistible to any man.
Irresistible.
What makes her so irresistible?
Gemma.
Okay.
Well, she's
Gemma is irresistible. Yeah.
She's irresistible, isn't she? You just
But-
fall in love with her.
Okay, but in the graphic novel there was no Gemma.
No, but she'd been drawn, hadn't she? There was a drawing of her. I don't know. You just.
But okay, can you take any girl with a big nose and
I don't
convert
know.
her into Tamara Drew?
If you're an artist, you can. If you're a graphic artist, you can. I don't know if you can in life.
But isn't it? For me, it was something from inside Tamara, which made you kind of special. What do you think? What qualities makes her? Because I mean, okay, she's beautiful.
But she's also a very witty girl and very warm.
No, we see a lot of beautiful girls just walking around.
Well,
across
she's
there,
very
but-
nice.
but then
I don't know. I can't answer your question. I've failed entirely to answer your question.
I thought you would explain
No,
the
she's
secret
just
of this attraction.
irresistible. You know, you walk down the street and some girl catches your imagination.
Well, in the film, there is one good question to the writer, to whom you write your story. Did you ask this question yourself? For whom am I making this film?
Well, I make it for I make it. I think of the audience as being composed of people like me. You know, when I was a child, I went to the cinema with my mother. It was a perfectly normal procedure. I still go to the cinema as an ordinary person, not as a film director, but just as an ordinary person wanting a good story.
Well, if you go to cinema as a normal person, what films impressed you in the past couple of years?
Well, I'm not
Everything-
very good at seeing American films.
Well,
don't-
no, fine.
No,
fine
but
with
I
that.
thought the film of A Prophet was wonderful.
Yeah, the French one, yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, I don't know if there is a sequel in the graphic novel, but no. So there will be no Tamara Drew 1 year after.
Well, we've done it now. I don't think we'll do it again. I mean, look, we've done it. Maybe we've got away with it.
Okay, Tamara Drew is also surrounded by different male characters. And why do you think she makes she has rock stars, writers. Why do you think she eventually fall for simple country boy?
Because that's what happens in stories, isn't it? They have happy endings.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the Thomas Hardy. She ended up with the shepherd.
Do you think it can work as
Probably not.
Yeah, as a sophisticated big city girl.
It's Hollywood, isn't it? And I love those bits of the film. They're like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, then you can think about a sequel 1 year after she's bored,
Bored.
he's irritated.
That's right. Yes. No, you wanted it to have a happy ending.
Child by Jody. Child by Jody. Child by Jody. One temptation and a look of lust. I picked you up and put you on the tour bus. Martin Queen, I'm in too deep. I'm spinning into orbit and there's blood on the backseat. Faster and faster, I wanted to stop. You got more bottle than a Molotov Scott. And I'm a fool when you blurred. And when we crash, we get hurt. When we crash, we get hurt. You're the one that I never thought about. You're the one that I thought I'd do without. You're the one that crept out right behind me. You're the one, you're a job and a team. You're the one, now you got me on my knees. You're the one, Joe by Jody, I can make this work for me. Small town girl in your wrapped up world, take a ride, I'll show you what you're dreaming of. Set controls, let the trip unfold. I can take you places that you'd never even heard of. Out of this wreck, it's a one-way train. Top down, hair back, flying in the fast lane. Don't you ever look down. You'll be the talk of this town. You'll be the talk of this town. You're the one that I never thought about. You're the one that I thought I'd do without. You're the one that crept out right behind me. You're the one, you're a job and a team. You're the one, now you got me on my knees. You're the one, Joe by Jody, I can make this work for me. We can wait, we can wait, we can wait a while. We can wait, we can wait, we can wait a while. We can wait, we can wait, we can wait a while. We can wait, we can wait, we can wait a while. You're the one, that I never thought about. You're the one, that I thought I'd do without. You're the one, that crept up right behind me. You're the one, you're a jailbait and a tease. You're the one, now you got me on my knees. You're the one, jailbait Jody, I can make this work for you're the one, that I never thought about. You're the one, that I thought I'd do without. You're the one, that crept up right behind me. You're the one,